can see us. Don't be afraid of this pin in here. All right, what we have here in the middle of the arena are two Santa Cruz Island horses. I'm going to hand this microphone off to someone who knows more than I do, which is unbelievable. No, I'm kidding. Here you go.
How's this? Good? Like that? Hi, I just wanted to check if Dr. Karen Blumenschein is here in the audience. If she's here, we're asking for her to come up. I don't think she is. So just a quick note, Dr. Karen Blumenschein studied these Santa Cruz Island horses for 3 years on the island, and there's a really wonderful paper she wrote that's posted on the website, which is santacruzislandhorse.com. Today we are witnessing a very special part of history firsthand. Cochise and Prancer, our magnificent ambassadors of the Santa Cruz Island horse breed, are two of the rarest and purest horses to be found in the world. These historic horses date back to the original horses imported from Spain to North America by the conquistadors and the early missionary padres in the 1830s. A group of strong and stocky colonial Spanish horses were introduced to the Santa Cruz Island to aid in building the island's simple infrastructure. The calm, intelligent disposition of these horses made them indispensable for cattle ranching and work on family farms. For almost 200 years, the Santa Cruz Island horse lived relatively undisturbed in the semi-feral environment of Santa Cruz Island. Through natural selection and isolation, they remained a breed genetically distinct from the horses that remain on the mainland. When ranching was discontinued on the island in the 1980s, the horses were left to fend for themselves until the late 1990s, when the island was sold to the National Park Service, and all non-native animals were ordered to be removed. Despite extraordinary effort to keep the horses in their historic home, the officers of the National Park Service were steadfast in their demands for removal. The Santa Cruz Island horses were sent first to the Wild Horse Sanctuary and then adopted by Christina and Troy Nooner at the Sunshine Sanctuary for Kids and Horses in Los Molinos, California.
The Santa Cruz Island horse has shorter, thicker bones with more bone marrow, resulting in a stronger endurance horse. Its A-frame chest bone gives it superior agility and sure-footedness through rugged terrain, as well as textbook perfect feet. These horses, like other Spanish horses, are often gaited. In addition to these remarkable physical characteristics, they also have exceptional temperaments and form close connections with children. Dedicated academic research and advice from renowned equine veterinarian geneticist Dr. Philip Spoonenberg, along with careful breeding by the Nooners, can be credited with saving this special breed from extinction. The number of descendants of the Santa Cruz Island horses has gone from 15 to over 60, thanks to these exceptional conservation and breeding programs. El Campeon Farms is excited to have begun training of these two geldings and their original riding style, the Californio Vaqueros, a style to which these horses are incredibly well suited. Thanks to the interest taken by breed stewards at El Campeon Farms, the Santa Cruz Island horse continues to grow in numbers. We are excited to announce that 4 foals are expected this summer. So a little interesting trivia about these horses. The breed was the favorite of Queen Isabella of Spain, and was sent to her for the women and children to ride.
And then one more little bit of trivia. The Mexican government is considered to have banished their convicts to the island of Santa Cruz, and they sent them with cattle, sheep, and goats and horses to sustain themselves. And at this time, we're just wondering if anyone had any questions?
So that's pretty fascinating. I had no idea about the Santa Cruz Island horses. Yeah. So let me hand this over. She had one more thing to add to that.
Oh, we got a question. Was what year these horses came off the islands and when the National Park Service took over. By late 1990s, I think around 99, they ordered the horses to be removed from the island, although these horses have lived there for hundreds of years. So, anyways, we want to thank Bruce and Uta and the CBA for allowing us to present these wonderful horses in such an ideal setting. We get to look out at the Santa Cruz Island as we present them. We're so grateful. So, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much. Something I wanted to note, these horses, being that they are so original to the Spaniard horses that hit the coast, what I wanted to show you is what Boone has on his horse. That is an original Mar Dueño spade bit. It is 5 inches wide and fits that horse like a glove. Absolutely original bit right off there. So that's kind of a really special thing to see, is an original California spade bit on an original California bridle horse. It's just like going back in time. So it's pretty neat to see that. Those horses had a little narrower mouth, a little different build. So that was a pretty special, sacred thing to see, because that means it all made sense at one time. They've never been in a public setting ever. That's pretty cool. Yeah, nice job, you guys. Thanks for bringing these horses out and teaching us about them. We had no idea. All right, you bet. Thank you. So Bruce is going to do a little demo.